show. Shout out to all the Bits members that listen to Technically Working. I found out more of them do than I originally thought. So, hey, Bits members, appreciate it. I'm not going to call you all out by name because I'll forget someone, but.
Yep, and then don't take offense, and it's not meant. So, yeah, appreciate the Bits members. I guess I'm a Bits member. We got two Bits members on the show. So
Bits member.
I am a lifetime Bits member. I should go check and see if my name is on that list now.
I'm not a lifetime Bits member. I should, but not yet. Not yet. We're getting ready for the AI course, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So if anyone's interested in AI course, you can go to joinbits.org, sign in with your account information, and then you can purchase virtual access. You can't get in person anymore because that closed on the 19th, I think it was, of June, but it's $50. And if you're not a Bits member, it's $70 because you have to get a year of membership. And then, we're using Google Classroom.
Google Classroom does have some. I've not used it as a instructor, but I've used it as a student, and it's actually pretty nice. It really makes me wonder why. And I actually had a talk with someone here in Tuscaloosa a while back when my kid first started school. Like, especially when they went virtual and they started doing a lot of Google stuff. You know, most school systems run on Google. For education,
because it's free for them.
They will buy all this crap, and I know it probably costed a ridiculous amount of money to put this stuff on top of what Google was already giving you. Like, basically, this does nothing but clutter up the stuff and introduce vulnerabilities, which, you know, there was some information leakage that happened because somebody was hacked, and just saying for every parent out there, yes, I also hate Schoology too. You're not the only one.
Yep. That was not too long ago, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not long ago.
And it was a lot of records. It wasn't just.
It was a ton of stuff. Yeah,
it
was across a wide swath of students. My kids don't even. I don't think at this point we're even using it when they got breached. But it was everybody's data from years back. And so many schools jumped on that bandwagon when the pandemic happened, or when we had lockdowns during the pandemic. That wait, are we still allowed to say pandemic, or? Are they going to come for us and be like, there was no pandemic? What did you? No, I'm just kidding.
That is a different part of the matrix that your body never left. And that's why it feels like nothing has happened since then. And you're just in a new timeline. Can you tell I've been watching a lot of TikTok recently?
So that's a different kind of drug right there. So. Yeah, might skip that one there. But yeah, they had a huge breach, and it just went back because everybody jumped on that bandwagon during the lockdowns when everybody was doing. And the sad thing about it is most of the things that they were buying software or probably paying for software licenses for was available through Google Classroom. Like, you could do all of that stuff directly in Google. You didn't need this platform here in order for students to be able to submit their work, right? And you didn't need that platform there to do a shared screen whiteboard thing, because all that is in Google. I don't get it. Don't get it.
But
wasting my taxpayer dollars. Thank you.
So now if you take a class with Bits, you can get an at bitsusers.org Google account, and then you just sign into your Google Classroom with that information, and good to go. I'm about to forward you an email, though. What?
That was a little unnecessary.
What?
They didn't have to do it that way. I mean, I don't know if they want to do it that way, so they did it that way, but they didn't have to.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I think it was easier from an administrative perspective, I think. There are some people asking why that was done, but that is, I think it was also part of the free Google Workspace for nonprofit accounts as well.
I mean, they virtually don't have, it's not costing them money. Like, they virtually have kind of unlimited users on the account. But just a point, not even really commenting on Bits specifically, but just a point for people who are listening. If you are having to administer a workspace account and you are on education and you need to invite students, provided your administrator, assuming you are the administrator, allows such access, you don't have to give people a your.org or .com or whatever domain in order to invite them as a student. You can invite, they just have to have a Google account. Like that's the only requirement. And kind of at this point, who doesn't have a Google account of some
Right.
sort? So
Whether
just
that
have
be
to invite that
YouTube,
Google account.
Gmail, whatever.
Yeah. So that's how that works. And the reason I know that is because, one, I spent a ton of time looking at it because before I left Atlanta, I was working on a project. Hey, I found a dime. And then
Kids,
going
a dime
through,
is worth 10 pennies, and
and I'm not sure if it matters at all, but it was also heads up.
yeah.
It probably is my dime that fell out of a money bag over my head up here at some point. Dude, so let me tell you.
Okay.
So I go in yesterday. I think I've told you privately, but it's not a big secret or anything. The store that's next to the house, occasionally, depending on who's at work, they will call and ask me if I have any change. Because people come in with big bills and then they end up running out of change. So sometimes it's one, sometimes it's five, or sometimes it's both, but it is usually like $100 or so, $200 at the most. I think is the most I've had to take them, and I just change out their money, right? No big deal. If I have it. So lady calls me yesterday. She asked me if I have any fives. I was like, got to go over there and count money because I actually hadn't counted money for the week. So I said, I'll let you know what I got. So my BP rep actually went and did the prison for me again this week. Ben Robert don't listen to podcasts, but shout out to Robert and Kevin, because Kevin might actually listen to a podcast. But so I was like, oh, they just pulled money from the prison, so that means I have all the bills out of the bill changer, the coin bill changer.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I probably got enough fives out of those two bill changers to get her what she needs. So I grabbed those two bags first and I go through them. I was like, oh crap, I forgot, pulled money out to pay for drinks that he took down there. So never mind. I probably don't have enough. I didn't have enough fives. So I was like, I'll just go back in the safe. So I stick my key in the safe. I turn the key and half of the keys in the safe and half of the keys on my key ring.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh. What happened? Do you know? Or
the key just broke. Like,
wow.
Granted, so to be fair, like the safe is coming up on being 20 years owned by me. Like I think I bought it in either 06 or 07, either late 06 or early 07 is when I bought this safe. So it's nearly been around 20 years.
Wow. So you're gonna take a jackhammer to it?
No, not yet. I'm gonna take the path of hopefully least resistance and just take it to a locksmith Monday and see if they can get in it.
Yeah. Be like, hey, I got this half of the key. I can show you I own this thing.
Yeah, I called a guy, asked him. I was like, man, I got this type of safe. Like, you think you can get in it? The key still broke off in it. So, I mean, depending on what tools they have, I could not find the set of sturdy tweezers that I was looking for. I'd stuck them somewhere in the at that point in time, like, oh yeah, I'm going to need these, so I'll be able to grab them from right here. Where that right here is, I can't tell you now when I need them.
Yes.
But if you can get something strong, like thin enough but strong enough to slide around the key instead of just pulling it out, you probably could actually finish turning the unlocking mechanism.
Ah, okay. Man, that's interesting though. I've never had that happen to me before, but I think both of the safes we have pin pads. They're not keys. Yeah.
So this one has a keypad. Now this is like I said, this is an old safe. It's a Honeywell safe. So somebody else probably has one of these.
Oh, I lied. I think we have one of those actually, because we do have Mallory's grandpa's.
It has a keypad on it. And it also has a master key that you can use to just unlock it. Well, the last time the batteries died and I couldn't get in it, and I had to go dig out the master key because I had hit it. It's like, screw this. Just use the master key every time. I ain't got time to be typing in this passcode, and then I come over here and the freaking batteries are dead. And the batteries die, and I think it will reset the code. It's like, I don't know. It got stupid. Like, it wasn't always like that, but here recently, it got kind of stupid. So I was like, I'll just use the master key.
Well, at least you know your money's safe for right now.
Yeah, man, ain't nobody getting that. I mean,
No.
I was looking at the front of it like, yeah, I don't have a diamond drill bit. I should buy some of those because I don't have none.
You can get them on TikTok Shop. Just saying.
That would require me to go on TikTok.
It's not worth it.
Nope, it ain't.
I am posting on TikTok right now. I want to hit 1,000, and then we will see if they put me in the TikTok affiliate program, which apparently allows you to connect to any of the stores that are on TikTok and sell their stuff, like create promotional materials. And then if someone buys based on that promo material you created, then you get a affiliate commission. Typically there's 20 to 30% is what it looks like is the commissions, which really isn't horrible for just producing content. So I don't know. We'll see. I am slowly creeping up there. I think last time we talked about it, I was at like, I don't know, 215 or something like that. And I'm at 515 now. So
Yeah, good deal. What kind of content are you posting on TikTok?
my frustrations with gravity forms and their lack of willingness to fix a freaking simple thing. Like seriously, people just add a move up and move down button. Can you tell I was editing a form today?
That is still the biggest frustration.
Fought with it for like 20 minutes trying to do some of the screen reader commands to drag and drop because all he wanted to do is add or move a page field, and called Ira and he had it done in like 10 seconds. So
yeah,
I think it took me longer to connect on RIM than it did for him to do it.
Than it did for him to actually do it. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah,
that's definitely how it goes. Yeah, that is something that is a long running issue. Like, and they did this whole redesign, and we were hopeful. Well, some of us were hopeful. Like, oh, they'll get around to fixing this thing now and make it easier. Nope, not gonna do it.
Although Taylor's plugin still works, I forget about it. So
I was gonna mention that. I wonder if it still worked. I have it somewhere, I think.
It's in our Dropbox. No, it's not. It's in mine and Jeff's Dropbox, but I forwarded you an email. You should take a look at it. Not right now, but
well, no, can't take it right now because I'm holding a microphone.
Oh, what the hell is going on? Wait a minute. Where are you?
I am in the closet, Mike.
Oh, it sounds more muffled.
Yeah, I am in the closet.
Why?
Why? Because the rest of the house is too open and it would drive me nuts. It's too hot out there in the office. Like I hadn't done anything about air conditioner yet. I still need to actually get the one that got recalled sent back.
And it's cooler in the closet?
Money. Oh man, yeah, the closet's in the house. So I'm in my bedroom closet.
Okay. Huh. So anyways, I forwarded you an email. See, listeners, thank you very much. See what we go through to bring this content to you. Like,
it's actually not bad. The audio, I'm not monitoring myself because I wasn't smart enough to sit down and set all this up first. So what I'm using, and I'm probably going to end up switching some stuff around because this actually doesn't seem like a bad space to record. But right now I'm sitting on top of one of these plastic containers. And across from me on a really big suitcase is sitting the MacBook Pro.
Okay.
I set it there after I got everything set up. And I'm holding in my hand the AT2005 from Audio-Technica.
Good microphone.
And I am using the Power Beats Pro 2 for hearing a mic. But I don't hear myself, and it's really, really strange not to hear me. Like, it's bothering me. I keep trying to figure out, like, why does this sound wrong? Oh, because I don't hear me.
If you had something to put the mic on, you could just jump over to Loopback and add a monitor, but that would add a little bit of latency.
It will add some latency.
Yeah.
I should have grabbed my headphones or some earbuds, and I just didn't to plug into the bottom of the mic, and then I could have monitored myself, but I didn't do that. And I was already in here, and I was like, crap. And then I figured out the adapter that I had that I told you I was looking for to put this mic on a little stand didn't fit the piece I needed it to fit.
That's fine.
I'm holding a microphone. But Mike's done it before, so I figured I guess I can do it this time.
Yeah, but you don't have shoes in your closet, do you?
No, it's my closet. It's just my closet. Actually, there's a shoe. Actually, I'm blind. There's a shoebox right here next to me on top of this container,
Ah,
with a pair of shoes in it. I still have yet to wear.
okay. I asked
Oh,
Mallory
apparently there's a
the other
super old shoe of mine
I asked
on the
Mallory
floor
the
right
other
here.
day. I said, "Does it bother you that I wear the same shoes every day?" She's like, "No, not at all." I'm like, okay, I just figured
Yeah,
it
it's
might.
just more in the shoe budget for me. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. Well, that's good. Yeah, audio isn't bad at all. I didn't notice until you said something, but after you said something, I realized, it does sound less reverby than he sometimes does. So,
Yeah, yeah, I can definitely tell that because there's a lot of clothes in there, and there's a nice fuzzy robe hanging up on the door right next to me. So it's pretty sound dampening. So I think at
yeah.
least for the short term, this will be a space to record in at least.
Do you have a shelf in there?
There's a shelf above me, and since this works,
Okay.
so I didn't do a whole lot of setup, and the reason I didn't is because I was like, this may or may not work.
Yeah,
Uh,
but you know where I'm going.
yep. Gonna grab a mic stand. I'm gonna that
Uh,
I'm actually on.
you're going to get the notice in a minute saying that your internet's unstable.
Internet is unstable
Yeah.
because
Okay.
Spectrum.
Did you say blame
I'm back.
Spectrum?
I said because I'm on Spectrum.
Oh, yep. Now you're back. What, you got the notice?
Yeah.
That is so weird. Like, predictably.
Look, so I guess Zoom needs the internet in order to tell me that my internet is poor. So
And the worst part is I keep well, it's not the worst part, it's just part of the show. I keep those parts in typically because then we talk about it for a couple of minutes and it doesn't really make sense for me to edit them out while we're talking about it.
yeah, that is super weird. But yeah, I have a boom arm in the container that I'm actually sitting on. So I'm gonna leave everything out in the office where it is. Like the only thing I will probably do is end up next week is using the H4 as an
Okay.
interface and bring the Beta 87A out. But everything else I'm gonna leave out in the office the way it's set up because eventually I'll get back to it.
So about next week. When do you travel?
I don't leave until Monday.
Because I leave Thursday.
Oh.
So when you get to your computer and you have some time, check out this email I sent you. Have you done anything with GitHub Copilot in VS Code?
Not recently, but
Okay.
yeah, I've played with it, but not recently.
Are you familiar with the concept of the modes that it has? So you can ask, you can edit, and then there's agent mode. Does that sound familiar at all?
Yeah, agent mode wasn't there the last time I used it, but yeah, you had the options to like query about the code that you were looking at or to have it give you suggestions. I don't think it would just directly edit the last time I used it.
So this video that I sent you was sent to me by a mutual friend of the show, and he was very impressed with how quickly it completes code and the ability to customize the prompt for it. And it also gives you details about, there's like a 120 line markdown file that it pulls data from. And instead of it automatically doing things, it'll be a little bit more verbose. So you know exactly what it's doing and why it's making those changes. But you don't have to prompt it to say, hey, go out to the web and use this tool. You can tell it, if you always have to go use a tool, use this one. And that way you don't have to, it seems very powerful, and Jeff's been even more excited about GitHub Copilot since he found this content, and it was off Reddit, so you know it's good because it was on Reddit.
I gotta play with that. I did. So I have gotten into some of the with the CLI tools, and Google just released this week released Gemini CLI.
Mm.
And hey, everybody, if you're interested in playing with that, it's free.
I like free.
For quite a bit of usage. If you don't happen to have a Gemini Pro subscription, it's interesting. Mike has whatchamacallit free, and I got Gemini. I got Gemini Pro free. Yeah, you should have Gemini Pro for free.
I cannot find an email about it, and I wonder if it's because I signed into the Pixel with my Workspace account.
Good question. Probably.
That
Sign in
would
with
be
your
my
Gmail
guess.
account. Sign in with your Gmail account.
I will.
And it'll
I'll
probably
reset and
still.
sign in with my Gmail account.
I think even if you don't sign in with that as your primary, it should still pop it up because you're signing into a Pixel, unless they've done
I'll
away
give it
with
a try. Can't hurt.
Yeah. So what you would end up getting is free Google One for a year, and that comes along with Gemini Pro.
Okay.
Normally $19.99 a month. I guess they say, "Wow, we're Google. We can throw away a penny. Have to be like those other guys and charge you a whole $20. We just need $19.99." But yeah, you get it free for a year. So
Okay.
if you can still get it, it's worth it. But I have been playing with the CLI tools and Claude Code. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I was using, Claude Code. Actually, you'll see this file, I think, whenever I push the changes that I made to the repo. And all I did is just added like a README. But it was a good test for me to try out Claude's CLI tool to like, hey, look at this repo, and then I want you to generate a README file for me. But there's a markdown file with commands for what you can tell the CLI tool to do and how to behave as well. So like I'm kind of familiar with that aspect of it. I think the code from ChatGPT works similarly. You can give it instructions so that it doesn't have to ask, should I do this or what to do in this situation. So that's cool. I got VS Code installed. I will try to play with that.
Pull before you generate the README, because I've made some significant updates depending on the last time you pulled.
So I made a branch with the README. So what I'll do is I'll switch back to the main branch and then pull.
Yeah.
And then I will merge your changes into that branch, and then I'll push that branch upstream and then submit a pull request for you to merge in the README changes.
So you'll do what? Oh. So I don't know if what you have, the branch you have, has the data folder, but the data folder has the should have two spreadsheets. One is where the reoccurring information is pulled from, and then the other one is where the actual Zoom rooms are pulled from. And like yesterday, I fixed it so it'll put the streaming details in the Microsoft Word document, and I also have a new column in the reoccurring sheet that says extra information, and it grabs data out of that to append that prior to the streaming information, like where it's being streamed. And so and I also have rewritten it, so I'm gonna make another change eventually, but I am committing each of these with commit messages, so it can be tracked down if we need to, where things are broken or not. But right now it loops through the entire week, and every day it says, are there events today that you want to delete? And if I hit Y, then it lists all of the events, and I can type each number separated by a comma, and it will remove those because those numbers come from the reoccurring spreadsheet and not include them in the Word document that it generates. Or if I type the word all, then it deletes, and that's never displayed on screen, but I know that it's there. If I type the word all, then it deletes all of the events from that specific day, because, I'll need to do that once a year. So why not add the capability to the script now? But I'm liking the way it's coming together. It saved. Oh, and now it also calculates how much time it saves me based on a 3-minute per event time frame, because I figure I need some time to copy and paste all the details from where I need. Could probably do it in 90 seconds, but when you have it in 3 minutes, it looks like a lot higher of a number too. So
yeah, good deal. Yeah. So what I'll need to do is pull from the main branch and then merge those changes into the README branch, I think is what I named it, because I'm very clever at naming things. Yeah, we'll have Mike doing a pull request after convention.
there we go.
He can look at it and accept my pull request, and then I will be an official contributor on GitHub at that point. Yeah.
Yep. And I've invited a couple of people, but no one's done anything with it. So you'll be the first one. I am excited to show certain people how this works at convention, because I'm going to show them, here's what I do. I can set up a shortcut on people's desktops to run it. Right now, it's not where I want it to be, because I want to be able to insert events as well, and then it query the reoccurring spreadsheet and the Zoom sheet to be able to tell me if something else is already occurring, and it to automatically assign a Zoom meeting from an account that doesn't have a meeting an hour before or an hour after that meeting that I want to insert. So that's my next goal with this. But right now, the reoccurring schedule runs in about 13 seconds, I think it is. And it generates. Oh, and I think this was there before you pulled, but if you run builder _v3.py, because that's what it's called right now, space -- week space, and then comma separated 1 through 4, you can generate multiple schedules at once now too.
Yeah, Mike is iterating on his code.
I
love it. With Copilot, you're doing, are you back to mostly Copilot at this point?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, first I should probably log into GitHub and figure out exactly what the hell I'm paying for with Copilot.
Probably. Are you paying $10 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're good. There's a new feature in GitHub Copilot for VS Code. So if you go to the status bar with F6 on Windows, I think it might be similar to the Mac, and then you left arrow, there's an option that says GitHub Copilot, it says Copilot status, and if you activate that, it'll tell you how many more it'll tell you what percentage of the free advanced queries you have left. So like right now I'm at 1.4% until the 30th. So I'm not using nearly as much as I could be. I think Jeff's at like 20%, but I'm not using as much as I could be. But another thing to be aware of is GPT 4.1 at this time is unlimited. So it's really only taking away from your allotment when you're using the Claude 4 Sonnet and Gemini 2.5. So for me, 4.1 is working just fine for what I need it to do. But I am also using ChatGPT 3, and I think if you use that in GitHub Copilot, it takes away from your allotment as well. But I'm using ChatGPT 3 to say, hey, help me build a better prompt. Here's what I'd like to accomplish. And then I give it a list of the things that I want to accomplish. It gives me the prompt. I take that prompt and drop it into 4.1 GPT GitHub Copilot.
That's clever.
And then that saves me on the queries that you have to use. And when you set it to agent mode, then it will do the work for you, which is kind of scary, but it's also kind of cool too.
That is a clever use of the tools, because just to follow up, I did switch my model to 3.0 on the web, and things have seemingly gotten better. It's not as dumb as it was, for sure. So that has definitely worked. Like I said, I've been spending actually quite a bit of time with Claude Code, but I think I'm gonna switch over and try out Google's thing. One, because it has a lot of free usage for people who want to try it out. But I'm curious to see how well it does or doesn't do. And it also would mean I don't have to keep putting money in my Claude account for API usage.
I want to talk about API usage.
Yeah, man. That's where they get you. It's like, oh. And look, I foolishly sort of thought, because I think I was still paying for Claude when Claude Code was released.
Mm-hmm.
I had canceled my account, but it hadn't run out of that cycle yet. And I was like, oh, I can just use this. And it was like, nope, you don't have any. I was, what? Oh, it's like that, huh? Okay, so you're not including the API in the $20 a month. Okay, that's why I canceled you. I just didn't know why I canceled you until just now.
Well, I have Lisi, by the way. I don't remember the URL, so I'm not going to tell you to go there. But if you reach out to me, feedback@technicallyworking.show, and Damashe can forward it to you, I can give you a $5 discount on the Lisi Advanced JAWS scripts, because I finally went through and set that form up the other day. But part of Lisi Advanced is I can't control grave accent and then the letter N for November. And that'll put me in an edit box where I can type a query to ChatGPT. Well, he uses API, and I have not looked at my API usage, but it's really nice to have it right there. And what's kind of cool about Lisi is you can make it context aware. So if you ask it a question and then you go and ask another question, it'll be based on that question you originally asked it, which is great. And then you hit C to clear that context, and then it will be a new conversation. But if you want to talk about something new and you're not done with that conversation, possibly, you can hit the keystroke, well, they call it the chat keystroke, which is control grave accent. And then you hit S to store a conversation, give it a name, and then you do control grave accent, L to list your conversations, and then you can hit enter and go back and resume that conversation. So I'm liking it. I resisted using his AI integration until today. Yeah, I set it up this morning, and now I think I've used it more than I thought I would. And that's my thing with Brian scripts is like I resist using them when it seems like they could make my life easier, and then I go use them. I'm like, why did I not do that a lot sooner? So
I don't know. It kind of sounds like when Michael tells me to go try out a thing, and I'd wait for like 2 years, and like, oh man, this is like the best fucking thing ever. Hold on, let me say it again. It's kind of like when Mike tells me to try out a thing, and then, it takes me forever or a year or two to get around to it. And then it's like, oh, this really does make a difference. This is awesome. When he tells me about it, it's like, oh, yeah, that does sound like that could be helpful. It's like, yeah, I'm not messing with that.
Ira.
I was thinking like, man, the most famous of all is Ira.
Yeah.
Mike been telling me about Ira since I think probably before I left Atlanta. I was like, man, yeah, okay, cool. Sure. We're going to check it out.
Yeah.
To be fair, it has gotten a whole lot better with the introduction of RIM. I appreciate that a whole lot better.
Oh, yeah.
But that remote connection is probably, so I use Ira several times a month. One when I'm counting money, I have them help me to put my bill counter in batch mode. So I can just drop, a bunch of bills on it, and it'll, count them out in stacks. I started doing hundreds because I'm like, I got tired of the little 50 stacks. So, and then take them to the bank and deposit them. So I use it. So that's probably once a week if I'm on my job like I should be, that happens. Could be multiple times a week, depending on how much I gotten around and how often I want to go to the bank. What it comes down to. And I use the remote access feature quite a bit to have them do stuff for me on the computer. Like, not at this point moving a gravity form, but hey, that'll be a thing that'll be happening next month for sure. Cause I have been working on a project, and I got to come up with a cool project name like, CPG Gray from, Cortex. He always comes up with these project names. So I got to come up with a cool project name for this thing. But I've been working right now. Actually, what I'm doing is working on what they call, but I've heard a lot of people refer to, I'm not going to act like I'm that far into the business that like I go around saying, oh yeah, we got to come up with a spec for this. But that's basically what I'm doing is like outlining in extreme detail what I want this website to do before I even start working on it, so I can logically work my way through the features.
Are you conversing with an AI to build that spec out?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. You think I'm sitting here typing that, man? What's going on? No.
Man, AI pissed me off last night. I was so angry, and maybe Ben just couldn't see it. Maybe it really can be done. But if you add a combo box to gravity forms, also known as dropdown in the field inserter, you can check a box that says include value. And so you have for each entry a text name for that and then a value. So you could theoretically assign a number to the value column, and that could be converted to be calculated for a total. So if someone picks something, then for like $10, then you could put the name of the something in one edit field, and then the next edit field for that specific same road, add the 10 there. The problem with it is conditional logic is based on the contents of the value. So if you have two items that are $10, conditional logic, even though you set it to the name in the conditional logic, will base it on the value and a number. So that means either of those $10 items could be selected, and then it will show the quantity box, for example. And then, that's fun times. ChatGPT told me that in the conditional logic box that you're configuring, on the right side of the row, after you've made your settings, there's a button that you can click that looks like a gear that will allow you to pick on if it will render the conditional logic based on the value of the dollar amount,
the number of field, or if
versus the name
versus the name.
Yeah. And apparently Ben couldn't find that. So either Ben couldn't find it because it was not accessible, or it doesn't actually exist, but it should because it makes a lot of sense. And GPT is like, make sure you have newer than Gravity Forms 2.7. I'm like, I'm running 2.9. What do you mean? So have you heard of this?
So I understand exactly what you're saying. I don't think that I have seen this myself. And I think this could be one of those situations where GPT is telling you something that sounds great and is so confident about it that's absolutely wrong. Now, I could be wrong, but I also haven't started building out new forms. I do have a local installation with Gravity Forms installed, but all I've built at this point on that particular site is a contact form.
Don't forget to get Spellbook.
Get who?
Spellbook. It's the plugin that Gravity Wiz's stuff is in now.
Oh, yeah. I haven't even gotten over to that yet.
Yeah. They have a new plugin. It's called Spellbook, and it has all of the perks that you go in and you enable a perk, and then you check the box to activate it on your site. You activate a perk, and then you check the box to enable it, and it's all in one place, so you don't have to go download each of the perks.
Well, that's nice. I asked for that, like, I don't know, 7 years ago.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So
yeah.
I was going to play with conditional pricing as well, because fun times. I like Gravity Forms. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is. I the one thing that I simultaneously love and also get annoyed about with Gravity Forms, though, is that they don't cover everything, which is fine. But there's so many third-party add-ons for Gravity Forms that I'm like, why can't we have some of this like consolidated down? You could easily spend $2,000 a year just on Gravity Forms plugins.
Yep.
And you still wouldn't be paying for everything that's out there.
By the way, Perks renews next month, just so you know.
Huh?
Perks renews next month, just so you know.
Okay. Yeah. So I should do something about that.
Yeah. Or let me know / I don't remember when we paid or any of those details, but I logged in last night to grab the Spellbook plugin and saw that renews. I'm like, I wonder if Damashe remembers, because that's a big surprise when you don't remember.
Yeah, it can be. But yeah, I would have found it because I would have logged in eventually to download it. But like I said, so what I did is I started working on something. I was like, I really should do the thing that the guy who I don't remember his name now, who wrote that post, was like, have it help you write a spec first so you know what you're actually working on and what you're going to do, and you have the steps. So you're doing, kind of like sort of what you've done, except I don't think you actually wrote a spec. I just think you started working on something. You started at, here's the minimum thing I need to do. Okay, now it does that. Now let's go to the next step and add this feature or this functionality, right? And I'm just writing all this out so that, one, I can try to build out a very logical pathway to get to where I want to get to, and not try to stuff everything in at once, because you know how that is. You'll get distracted and be like, oh, I actually have just come up with a way to do feature why? Which
Yep.
would make sense if you want to go in, but it's like then feature X didn't get done. And that probably was slightly more important than feature Y. Feature Y is a nice to have. Feature X is like a
I need this for this to be
I
productive and actually
really
work.
need. Yeah.
So thank you, Harper. Appreciate you sharing.
There you go.
I googled it. the Google term that I always use that works is programming with AI AI programming workflow ATM at the moment. So AI programming workflow ATM, and that always finds Harper's blog.
Oh man, my mind just really went off. Okay.
So good. We will have to talk about that more in the not too distant future. Oh, Jeff sent me more links. What else did you send, Jeff?
So you guys are doing the AI course in person at convention?
We're doing it in person. Virtual registrants get the raw recordings typically that evening, and then they're going to get cleaned up, and then those will get replaced once the recordings are, like once they've been edited. And then after convention, I think 2 weeks after convention, we're doing 2 4-hour sessions with the primary objective of helping people figure out what is it that you want to do with AI and how is it that AI can help you be more productive with that. Jeff wrote a script that with the help of AI that uses AI to record content. So now all he has to do is drop a Word document on it, and it uses the Azure voices because we found them to be better quality and slightly cheaper, I believe. But it uses those voices, drops him back an MP3 file, and it's right there. So that's one of the use case scenarios that we'll be using it for, because how many affiliates say we don't have money to pay someone to record our newsletter that our team works on? Well, now you can use something like AI to build a tool that will let you automate getting that into audio. And one of the aspects I want to add to this eventually is, because time, but is the ability to use VoIP.ms's API to take that audio and upload it to VoIP.ms. And then all of a sudden, we took a tool that was created to get audio into one format so it can be played live in person and streamed to be able to have that audio that could be put on a podcast, played live if necessary, or also uploaded to an affiliate's phone system if they're using VoIP.ms. And I'm going to be able to use AI to help do that. So it's going to be one of those classes where I anticipate I know a lot of the stuff, but I also anticipate I'll learn something new, which is pretty cool. And we're not claiming to teach you everything about AI, but you'll have enough knowledge to be able to go out and use it to be more productive in your projects.
Okay. And are you teaching in this class at all, or are you just participating in the class as a student?
I am participating, but I'm also helping in the pre-class to help people make sure that they've got their computer set up and all the tools installed that they'll need. Like we're encouraging people to use Lisi from Brian Harchin because of the built-in AI features. And then people get their account set up with Google so they can access the Google Classroom. So I'm helping students get set up with that, but I'm not actually taking the class in person or helping teach, because I'll be helping Rick with the AV stuff at convention. So I won't have time to do it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I saw it and it kind of went by and I was like, I didn't even look enough at it to see exactly what it was. And I was like, nope, not right now. Don't have time to commit to a Monday night every week to do a thing.
No, this is a 3-day class, 9th, 10th, and 11th. 9th and 10th are half days. 11th is a full day, but recordings.
That's Prime Day.
Yeah.
Maybe I can use AI to tell me if some of the stuff I want is on sale on Prime Day.
Oh, man, nothing's on sale on Prime Day.
Yeah.
Mallory, Prime Day is fake. If you're listening, it's not really happening. Amazon's lying to you.
All they're doing is just discounting the tariff prices at this. So you're still gonna end up paying exactly what you would have paid 4 months
Pre-tariff
ago.
days.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just wait for it. It's just wait for it. Let the retailer start to feel the crunch of the tariffs and then do a really stupid Black Friday sale. Then you rake it in.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, always say this. You
They
can
can
always
take
apply
all the
pressure.
tariffs away, and I guarantee the prices will stay the same.
Well, see, but that's where the market has to dictate what they will and won't accept, right? I mean, we can't do anything about the eggs because you gotta eat. Same thing with the chicken wings because you gotta eat. But
69 cents an egg, man.
yeah, personal feelings.
But you know what? We appreciate our tip jar subscribers.
Yes, it allows us to buy eggs.
See, there's a good transition. Do you have anything else? Oh,
It allows us to buy eggs. So thank you very much to our tip jar subscribers. And what I really want to thank people for, seriously, we say this all the time. We do truly appreciate our tip jar subscribers. But we haven't lost anybody.
yes.
We haven't lost anybody. The only time we lost a person is when we accidentally disabled the feature for the tip jar. And when we turned it back on, everybody came back. So thanks. We've also gotten new people since then. So, appreciate y'all as well. We want to thank everybody for listening. This has been Technically Working, episode 118. So we are moving right along. We hope you enjoyed the feedback episode last week, number 117. You can reach out to us, feedback at technicallyworking.show, and we will endeavor to keep up on the feedback. But as you can tell, there's a ton going on. I feel like we packed a lot into this show, and we didn't touch on 20% of what was going on during this week.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot happening, but again, this is why we do the show. We want to thank again everybody who listens. Do us a favor. You can go leave us a podcast review in your podcast player of choice. I got to talk to you about Pocket Cast at some point, man. Listen. But Apple Podcast, Spotify, Pocket Cast, I know has its kind of own inbuilt rating system, or YouTube. We're on YouTube as well. You can also share clips from YouTube. And if your podcast app makes it possible, you can share podcast clips as well. But YouTube is a good place to check us out. We are on Mastodon. He is Payon, Payown, at dragonscave.space. I am Damashe, Damashe, at technically.social. And you can follow our bot at TW at technically.social. And then, of course, you can use the hashtag technically working on Mastodon or wherever you choose to use it, but we'll only see it if it's on Mastodon right now.
Capitalize the T and the W.
Till they get this federation thing worked out. But appreciate you folks.